Hello, everybody. Welcome. Big hello to everybody in the chat. So great to see you. Big welcome, of course, to all the members of the channel. And if you want to be a member of the channel, there is a link down below in the description of this video. If you do not have an iPhone and you're on your phone, you should be able to see a join button up top. But if you have an iPhone, you want to go into the description of the video. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. I'm Natalie, and this is Scientology Life After a Cult, where we talk about the Scientology news that has the internet buzzing. We talk about my 35 years in Scientology, leaving with 3 generations of my family. I also do interviews throughout the week. So when you hit that subscribe button, set that notification bell too. Set it to all so you get the notification when I do the interviews, which I will remind you guys as we continue with this recap. But I'm going to sit down with Miriam Francis. She's coming back on the channel this evening. It's going to be 6 p.m. Central Time. I will get out a notification about that. And everybody who's here, if you could go over and smash that like button, I would greatly appreciate it, because it's going to help us let more people know that we're live and we're doing this. So thank you, everybody who's here. And I really appreciate your help with that. Thank you so much. Big thank you to my moderators. Nancy is here. Actually, I think we have Nancy because my Tony is at a doctor's appointment. Oh, Dip is here. Dip Me and Glitter is here. That's right. Hey, Dip. Hey, Nancy. Worked out great then. Fantastic. So much happened. We are going to focus mostly on Hollywood, the Hollywood protests off of L1 Hubbard Way for Easter yesterday, because there's so much that went on that we can't even cover many of the best parts, even in our time that we have here this morning. It was fantastic. We saw amazing sign tech. D.O.A. went and put up multiple signs, flyers. He was taking Easter eggs and putting in there a piece of paper with the SPTV Foundation contact info. And if you don't know, the SPTV Foundation is a nonprofit to help people leave Scientology, to help them get back on their feet, especially the C organization, where you often don't have an ID, you don't have a bank account, you don't have either connection to family or family. So it's a wonderful resource for people who have left Scientology. I got to tell you, I was just so blown away by everything that was done to get the word out about that yesterday. The flyers. We're going to look at Tory Magoo was there. She was up. She was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. We'll just start talking about it because, like I said, it's going to be, we are just not going to be able to get to everything I want to get to. So we are going to be continuing to talk about this. But let's start right there on L1 Hubbard Way. Right on L1 Hubbard Way. D.O.A. was out there in the morning. And, you know, Scientology likes to get all set up for their events. What they were doing was an Easter event. And I strongly put that in quotes. Putting out the tables, using this bizarre, I don't know what you would call it. It reminded me of an outdoor solarium or greenhouse, I believe, with, you'll see it. We got a little bit of some drone video of it. It's just, you know, in true Scientology style, it's just weird. But check this out. This is in the morning when they're setting up, and this is from D.O.A.'s live stream.
I'm going to put it on the table here. Just hang it up here, right here, sir. Yeah, look at that. No problem. No problem. Here, just right here. Just if you need to call, here, I'll leave another one for you, just in case. There's the black one. This one's nice. So just check that out, sir. You're loved. Okay, I'll leave you be. We'll ask this next cult leader. Hey, ma'am. I'd like to hear your thoughts about young 13-year-olds auditing grown men, asking about masturbation. Is that something you support?
Is there any other dry ones that you have?
Ma'am, is that what you support?
You see the greenhouse that they've got going there?
You're loved. You're still loved. I could seem aggressive, but like I just don't like young children auditing men. What do you think, sir? Sir, what is up with the spinal health? Do you guys not believe in chiropractic? I know that's a lot of people don't know about chiropractors, but I think some of you guys need an adjustment.
You know, he brings up a good point. You guys tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments. We've seen a lot of these videos now of C organization members, and we're seeing a lot of elderly C organization members because they're not there are not a ton of younger people going into the C organization. Scientology is having trouble even recruiting second, third generation Scientologists on account that they tend to be on the internet and know a bit more than their parents about the truth about Scientology. But D.O.A. brings up a good point. You'll notice there does seem to be something going on health-wise with the, what did he call it, a hunchback kind of a situation. And that is a legit thing. I've seen it a few times, but it didn't really hit me. And it really hit me yesterday. What is up with that? Medically, I don't know. I don't understand it. So if you know, tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments, why do you think it is that so many C organization members have that? Even some that aren't even that elderly. I just found it very concerning. Not good spinal health, makes you question the nutrition, just so many things. No matter how you try to change the narrative. And also with Scientology in the C organization, believe it or not, they will often try to put their best people forward. And you're like, now they're doing also the hard work. Is it just, there's a lot going on. There is a lot to unpack, but that's just kind of a note, a thing I kind of wanted you guys to make a note of there and pay attention to, because this is concerning to me. This is concerning. What's also concerning is we are going to share a little bit of a clip from L. Ron Hubbard's birthday event that happened at multiple organizations around the country and around the world, because I want you to keep this in mind when we're looking at these clips, especially involving the C organization members. And this is the end of the event. This is from Aaron's Growing Up in Scientology from his channel, from his live stream. And it's David Miscavige, the chairman of the board, the dictator of Scientology, sharing an L. Ron Hubbard poem where he talks about freedom. Now, it sounds to me like they're redefining words, which is something that we know happens in Scientology. Being open-minded in the outside world is a wonderful thing. You should be open to different thoughts and ideas. Being open-minded in Scientology will get you in trouble. Being a reasonable person and being reasonable outside of Scientology, wonderful thing. People strive for that. Being reasonable inside Scientology will get you interrogated and cost you a lot of money. You'll often find in cults, they will redefine words or come up with their own definition of words so that the members can believe the narrative and the brainwashing. And L. Ron Hubbard and David Miscavige are trying to do this. I think it's very intentional that this was done at the end of that L. Ron Hubbard birthday event. They're trying to redefine freedom. And they're trying to tell Scientologists that they are free. What your experience is freedom. No, that's freedom. You are free. Because Scientologists, many of them are going, I don't know. There's a lot going on we don't like. There's these protests. There's things on the internet. But let's take a look at this and you'll see what I'm talking about here.
We are the free people. We have grown up to freedom, not senility. We are the free people. The Scientologist has left behind the claws and barriers of miscontrol. We are the free people.
I just can't even play the whole clip. I'll be honest. I just hear that man's voice. It's like nails on a chalkboard. You are not the free people. You were trying to tell people that you're the free people. But David Miscavige and Scientology, we got news for you. People are waking up to that. People outside of Scientology know about the abuses and know people on the inside are not free. So you can try to redefine it all you want. People are not buying it. You will have your diehards. You will have your extremists in Scientology like you do many other groups. But they're waking up to it. So redefine it all you want. People aren't going to fall for it. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. Scotty D.O.A., as he was setting up there yesterday too, had a fun interaction with Scientology security, who always like to make up their own rules as they go along and tell him where he shouldn't be, despite what a permit says and all that. Let's take a look at what happened.
Sir, I'm not a sir. That's a warrant officer's ranking in the Army. So you even know my name. See, I don't even see. That's why I am who I am. I am Scott. I prefer Scotty. Okay. Trust past me then.
You'll notice the movement he's making to like Scotty's not even looking at him and he's still like gesturing for him to leave. And he's just repeating that one thing because that's what they're told. You just repeat the command. In Scientology, it's part of the training routines where you just repeat the command, repeat the command. You see them in security do this often. You're trespassing, you need to leave. You're trespassing, you need to leave.
Happy Easter. Nothing says Christianity like trespassing somebody. I like this. I like this chick. She's awesome. Praise Buddha. Fun today. We're going to put some on the public sidewalk.
There was a vendor there setting up who like asked for a flyer, wanted to know more about it. I think that that's who he was talking about. And that is so fantastic. We are going to take a look now at Mindy Willen's stream. She was there as well. And just having all kinds of fun. It was what the best part of this, I should say one of the best things about this for me was seeing the protesters come together and enjoy the day as well as protest and troll Scientology.
So what's going on?
Well, I went in there.
She is speaking to Tori, who you're going to see in a minute. And Tori was on fire yesterday, by the way. Tory Magoo, 44.
And the police came up and said, you're trespassing. And I said, well, they have $1 million of my money and I want it back. And their policy, L. Ron Hubbard said, if someone wants to leave, give them their money back, let them go. That's the policy. But of course, obviously, they have millions of dollars of people's money that they want back. So I said, I'm here for myself and many friends that they have their money.
You guys are putting a trash can by this lady? Is this what your parents have taught you to treat a lady?
Thank you. Thank you. See, look at how pretty this lady is.
Well, what would your mom say about this, pushing a trash can on a lady?
The video's buffering, but you can hear the audio.
Huh?
Look at how close he's putting it, just so I have a record for the, what they call the ambulance.
Failed trash can tech. Absolutely failed trash can tech. Wait till you see what else Tori did. It continues. It continues. LARA FM was out there and she was letting them have it and letting Sea Org members know that you can leave. You can leave. You can be free. Freeloader debts are a scam. They cannot be enforced. And trust me when I tell you, they don't know that in the Sea organization. Many Scientologists believe that freeloader debts can be enforceable, that they will be held legally responsible for them.
A billion-year contract is a made-up, manipulative idea. Freeloader debt is a scam. It's a made-up debt. It's actually illegal. They cannot be charging you all the. Yeah, you, William. Did you come to see the concert? We love you, no matter what you do. That's right. We love you, even though you don't love yourselves at the moment.
So true. So true. You can see Danny and Leah are there. Hollywood Aja, Solomon's over there as well. So true. It's just truth that it helps them to hear it over and over and over again. It does. I'm telling you this as somebody who is in the Sea organization and in Scientology for many years. Sometimes you're able to block it out. A lot of times you are not. Roberta, I agree. Tori is fearless. She is. She really is. Another fun thing that happened yesterday on Confident Chris's stream was Scientology Audit Streets LA. William Good showed up. We had him on the channel the other day. The interview's on my channel. If you have not seen it yet, check it out. And one of the things we talked about and we asked William about is, how come we don't see you with the blue buildings as much? So it was great to see him there yesterday. And not only did we get to see William Good there protesting and giving him hell to Scientology, he got to meet many streets.
That's why I asked when you were going to do it. Big streets. This one's yours. Somebody made it for you. Look at him. The little one. It's literally you. Hell no. He said, when am I going to do what? Mini streets?
It's starting to get cold out here now.
Yeah, you got to frame that one, man. That one's like handmade or something like that. Yeah, for real. It's like handmade. Yeah, handmade. Yeah, that's
just so great. We're big fans of Mini Streets here. Love when Confident Chris does those skits. Love it so much. Hey, Kelly Copter, I saw you in the chat. And Mama Bear Marilyn, good to see you both here as well. All right, let's jump over to, we're actually going to continue with Confident Chris on his stream here because he has a conversation with an ex-Sea Org member who showed up, and I think he's in a couple of clips. And it is so touching and makes the point, you guys. There were multiple times where I saw on these streams, and you probably saw it too, where people who were in the Sea organization showed up, not just to participate and be with people in protesting Scientology, but to tell the protesters the difference that they're making, the impact that they're having, and sharing their appreciation of what they are doing. It's just huge, and it just warms my heart so much to see that, so much. Hey, Pearl Snappy, great to see you here as well. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where people are watching from. If you were catching this on the replay, jump into those comments. Tell me what you think. I want to know. I try to get into the comments as much as I can. Good morning. I think we got Liz Ferris here as well. Great to see you there, Liz. All right, so Confident Chris, let's get over there. Let's get over there and see, check out this conversation that he had with a gentleman who was a Sea Org member.
Well, if you
feel
want the platform, I'd be happy to hear the.
I just have to come by and just say something to you guys.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
That
We
means a
do.
lot to.
We get to learn more.
I think that means a lot to a lot of people.
It does.
There's a lot.
Are you kidding? He knows too, but like that's so cool that I'm like, oh, good, he was in the Sea Org. He knows. It's like so. Even my heart like feels better that another Sea Org member here. Like, how many Sea Org members were here? Ex-Sea Org. Only Tori.
I know.
Tori was like in the Sea Org for a second.
Yeah.
Tori was also very connected to OSA as an outside.
There was another guy yesterday.
Oh, you know, he was here today. He came out and they're like,
the guy, the
Raiders,
guy.
Raiders, BS.
See, that was dope.
I just saw Natalie's think something about it this morning. Like, you know, like.
That this was happening.
No.
Friend.
Oh my God.
Ex-Sea members come and say hi.
He saw the other Sea Org member that I think I have a clip coming up of him, the guy in the Raiders shirt, who was a Sea Org member who had a great conversation with Selfless Self. So this guy saw that on the live stream yesterday and then went out and joined the protest there. It's just a beautiful thing, and it shows the power of these protests and how people who have been and who are survivors of Scientology appreciate it so much because it's effective and it helps them. And I can say this because I'm one of them, feel like you're all standing there with us. And Scientology cannot mess with that. There is safety in those numbers. Absolutely there is. So it was great to see that happen. Now, Tori, she is just my spirit animal, I swear. Just like, I think we got a couple clips that she's in. At one point, Tori somehow ends up behind the barricade with the police and in the hands of Scientology. And D.O.A. starts like, get Tori, just tells people who, if you haven't been trespassed, go get her. So if you haven't had a warning yet about the trespassing, go over there and get Tori. It was kind of a tense moment, but of course it ended well. But Tori, she just doesn't care. She just goes where she wants. And I love that. She's 76 years old, as far as I'm concerned. She should be allowed to do that, even by Scientology.
Let her go! Let her go! Stop intimidating the elderly! It's a public event! You can't invite the public and then take the public out! There's no notices of trespass! It's a public event, you morons! Every single person has to be personally trespassed! I am prior and I am an ordained minister and I'm practicing the religion of the megaphone.
Nerd Report is there helping out. There's Jessica Palmadessa.
Dirty pigs, dirty pigs. The LAPD works with dirty pigs. Dirty pigs, dirty pigs, dirty pigs. This is my religious right. I am an ordained minister. The
They got her out of there. She got back on the other side, and she had stories to tell as well. She talks about it in a couple of streams. Let's take a look at Confident Chris, who is having more of a conversation with an ex-Sea Org member, who I believe this is the guy we saw earlier, who came out to show his support and share his appreciation to the protesters for what they are doing.
The outside pressure has an effect on them.
So in a good way or a bad way for
in
them?
a good way.
Okay.
Because they stop doing things that are just really outrageous and the world starts knowing. Like you heard about the RPF, right? Rehabilitation Project Force.
Yeah.
It's like when they like seriously you go off on a work camp for years.
Like the
right?
ship.
Like
the freeway.
They had it over here too.
Yeah.
And they have to wear black and this and they have like even less freedom, right? And because of all the stories coming out about that, they don't have that anymore. So in a indirect way, I think it's improving the condition inside.
Oh, okay. But other people were telling me that, they were in it, they're thinking of saving the world,
Yeah.
They think they're saving the world.
There's a link down below to the full clip. It is a very interesting conversation about the viewpoint of a Sea Organization member and having him sharing that now that he is out and how they really do believe when they're in the Sea Organization that they are saving the world. Think about it, people. Why would you put up with, even if you don't recognize the abuse as abuse, the emotional abuse, the physical abuse, the depriving people of sleep and food, you wouldn't put up with that unless you felt like there was a bigger purpose to it. And they believe that they're enduring some of these hardships because they're clearing the planet. And sometimes people just get mad when you're doing a big, important job and they yell. There's just many ways that it is justified. And I'm glad that people are coming out. They're sharing not just their experience, but talking to the protesters and sharing their appreciation, because there is so much of that. We have, let's look at Mindy Williams. Mindy Williams' stream, she spoke to a couple of people who were in there. I think there's the one, they were actually in there at the Easter program and got a ticket to something else. Scientology, of course, for Easter, what would kids want more than hand sanitizer? I'm not even kidding. They were handing out hand sanitizer on Easter because, I think hand sanitizer is great. I keep hand sanitizer in the car, right? You never know when you're going to need it. Need to clean yourself up, wash your hands a little bit. But we're handing that out at Easter now, Scientology. Let's give kids some hand sanitizer. That makes a lot of sense. Well, you know what? D.O.A. and the protesters were getting out eggs that had candy in them and a little note on how to reach the SPTV Foundation for help after you've left Scientology. So they did get something really special there. But let's talk about this. Let's get over to Mindy's stream and take a look.
And to the other side over there. Did you get to see what it looked like inside?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What would it look like inside?
It looks so sad. It looks so sad.
It's like a hospital.
Like how it was probably. Yeah. It just is a bunch of rooms. Most of the doors are closed. So like nothing put up on the walls, nothing.
This is so interesting. Tell me what you guys think about this. Tell me in the live chat. Tell me in the comments if you're on the replay. They went in there. They're saying it looks very sad. And they share, I think this is the clip where they talk about an elderly gentleman who was sitting there with some balloons near him. And that was supposed to be like his station to greet people. And it was really sad.
They have people like posted up in there, like sitting down, like sitting down in the hallway. This old man with like balloons next to him, and he looks so sad. He was looking at our dog, and we were like, "Do you want to touch the dog?"
He looked so happy. He was like, "Oh yeah, of course."
He looked like he hadn't been out in so long. Yeah. He looked malnourished too, really badly.
Really?
Some older elderly man.
Elderly man looked malnourished, looked like he hadn't been outside. It really speaks to how you can tell that Scientology, you're not even thinking about, you don't even see this as an out point in Scientology, that this would be bad public relations, that this wouldn't look good. They're not even trying to hide from the public that they have many elderly Sea Organization members who look malnourished and like they've not stepped outside in weeks, months, some even years. When I was in the Sea Organization, where I lived and where I worked, the two buildings were connected. I didn't need to go outside unless I had to cross the street to go to the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles. Back in my day when I was there, the management parts of it were right there in those blue buildings as well. Now the Continental Liaison Office is across the street by the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles. But it's like, ew, it just, I don't like it. I do not like it. It's unfortunate that that's what we have to share and raise awareness about. Elder abuse in Scientology, especially in the Sea Organization and with their staff members, is very real. Now here we've got people who they're not there protesting. They went to the event and still were so impacted by what they saw. Really worrisome. Let's take a look. D.O.A. had a drone, which gave us a little peek into the activities overhead, which is always fun. Always fun to use drone tech. Take a look.
Scotty, I'm going to go to the front. I guess Asha and Taylor are having some
Okay.
Your investigating skills and actually check into what you're presenting.
That whole structure, it just, I'm sure it's not soundproof.
Whatever family members they want. Scientology has policies that disconnect
The whole Easter event was under that, going down the street, not open out on the street.
children and their moms and their fathers from their families. They use events like this.
It's kind of just an interesting little look at that. Ren, that's a really good point. It's still a cage. That is really what it feels like. Like it's that. It looks so dull. Yep. Allie's mom. Oh my God, there's nobody there. I could fit them in my house. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's all Scientology does this event. It's 110% a public relations event that failed royally. You're having an Easter event on Easter Sunday. One, hardly anybody comes. Secondly, the people that do come think it's creepy that you have elderly staff members who look like they have not seen the light of day and are malnourished and do not look like they've been taken care of. Thirdly, why you need so many cops? Who needs so many cops? Now, where I live, I went to my daughter's for Easter yesterday. I drove by multiple churches. Two of them had an officer helping to direct traffic because there was so much traffic going in and out of their parking lots, being it was Easter Sunday. This is not what police are doing there. It's not. It just gives off, you guys tell me, what is the vibe? What is the vibe of this event? What would you call it? It absolutely gives cult. That we know. But you guys tell me in the comments, tell me in the chat, what do you feel? What's the vibe? How would we describe that vibe? All right, let's take a look at Literally Surge. Literally Surge and Literally Michael were there as well, covering the Easter protests. Always great to see them. Let's take a look.
No, you're okay. He's not.
I love all the signs. It's a cult. Scientology is a cult. There were flyers everywhere. D.O.A, Defender of Ants. Scotty had all these flyers printed leaving Scientology with pictures of people who've left Scientology and how they can get help doing so. You can see Tori over there. She talking to Odo? Is that Odo? I think that's Odo. Tell me in the chat. Is that Odo? But you can see it was festive. It was definitely more festive on the protest side of things than at the actual event itself. There was more celebration. There was food. D.O.A and others had a whole setup with food they were enjoying. I think there was even a barbecue. That's where the party was. That is where it was at. Okay, Farah and other people are saying, yes, that was Odo. Okay. Odo with the cowboy hat. All right. I thought so. I thought so. All right. Speaking of police directing traffic, they were not directing traffic. You know who was directing traffic at the end of the day? The protesters, helping people in and out of that parking lot. You know, the parking lot where Scientologists will drive their car in and then the van will come in and pick up the one person and then drive them wherever they're going to in the blue buildings. It was backed up because there were some police officers leaving, Scientologists coming in, Scientologists leaving. And it was, I got to tell you, it was kind of hilarious. It really was. We got a couple clips of that actually. Let's look at one of the parking lot ones now. You got to see this. This is from Scientology Audit, Streets, LA.
So how does it feel to know that Scientology is coming to an end? Does it make you sad? Does it make you sad to know that Scientology, the Church of Scientology, is coming to an end? Does it make you sad? It should make you a little bit, right? Or deep down inside, are you happy? You should be thanking us. You should be thanking us for getting, and oh, look, he's got his stretch. There he goes. He got him. Finally got in. But now look. All of that. Yeah, back up. You're not going to roll up your window? You're going to roll up your...
See, there's the van, the Scientology van. Takes precedent. This person's got to back up.
Your window. There you go. Roll up the window. There you go. Roll up the window. Pull to the side. But then there's the one behind them too. Everybody, look at you guys.
How, I wonder about this. And if anybody knows, tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments. What's with the one in and out? You don't often see a parking structure. And I mean, I lived there and I'm trying to remember. I don't know why in my head I felt like there were two entrance and exits, but maybe not. Maybe there always was just the one. Any of my ex-Scientologists, ex-Sea Org members, Liz Ferris, if you're still here, was it always one way to get in and out? Back in my day, it was often empty. It wasn't public. We're not allowed to park in there from what I recall when I was there, which would have been the late 80s and the early 90s. And it seems like that changed, that they are using it now. But it's just bizarre. There's definitely an issue. There is such an issue there. Larry B., thank you so much. Just can't get a permit, but Cult of Scientology gets one immediately. Oh, Jess can't get a permit. Yeah, right. I know. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious going on there. Larry, are you insinuating, Larry, that Scientology is given preferential treatment in Hollywood? Yeah, they are. They do. You called it. You called it right out, Larry, and you are correct. All right, let's look. Okay, so this is where Jessica Palmadessa is talking with Tory Magoo, 44. You can find her here on YouTube. Let's pop into this convo.
Be nice. I know all about grandpatology.
These are the ladies that were nice to me.
So Tori is sharing what happened when she got behind the barricade. You'll see this older gentleman here in the orange vest. Jess refers to him as grandpatology. I think he may have been one of the people that she had interactions with at the testing center who tries to buddy up, but she's got his number.
The guy is not.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, he is the police. Did you call him for backup?
Calling to arrest us. But it's like
He's probably calling to arrest us.
it's Easter. They're busy. See, he put this thing here. This is my barrier, so I can't come in. You see this?
Or just say, don't yell. No, she said, don't yell at the cops. What?
So Tori was saying that the female officers were kind, but I think it was one of the male officers that was rude. Yeah, Jamzilla, that cracks me up, grandpatology. Jess comes up with the best things. I think she's the one who came up with that. Grandpatology. Because back in the day, when they were outside the Hollywood Testing Center, before it was shut down, they showed up. There were a couple from grandpatology who were there to confront and shatter suppression with the protesters. But at least they chatted. I will say that. Often who Scientology sends out, they're just not very friendly. If you're going to be out there, communicate, find out what the deal is, have a conversation about things. Yes, Ray Bay just has the best one-liners. I agree with that completely, 100%. All right, let's go back to the parking garage, because I'm telling you, there was stuff just going down left and right over there towards the end, and it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
She does not give a shit about anything. Tori.
It's the bottleneck.
What's so cool too is you can hear Tori saying, we need to help. You need to help her. Like, she really is legit trying to help the lady. But Jess is right. Tori don't play. Tori don't play. Tori don't care. Tori's just gonna do what Tori does, and it's fabulous. And I'm completely here for it.
Jessica, thanks for what you're doing.
Of course. I just heard you were in the Sea Org. I'm glad you're out.
Yeah.
And this is an ex-Sea organization member sharing his appreciation with Jessica for what the protesters are doing.
The van shuttles them in the garage, and then they get in their cars.
You guys are
The van
making
is
a
the
huge
shuttle to their
difference
car.
to the scene.
Thank you. We're trying.
I want you to know how to get
Appreciate
in
it.
and out.
Oh, look at the officer.
Yeah, this is a police officer.
Officer, what's it
Or was his friend?
Look at this other. Oh,
Look, he's filming us. He's filming us back like we care.
oh, look at this one over here. Yeah. Look at that right there, guys.
I just love it. Tori's over there just doing her thing. Freedom from religion. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Hip, hip, hooray. Larry B, hip, hip, hooray to you as well for becoming a member of the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, we are going to take a look. I wanted to give you guys a little heads up of something that is coming up. Let's see. Let's look at this quick. In Phoenix, people want to get together and protest. I think it's on April 11th. And how do you not love a channel that's called Dogs Unite Against Scientology? And this is coming up in Phoenix. Check it out.
Hi everyone, Dusty here. I'm dusting off the old megaphone because my friend Shadow and I have a date with destiny. That's right. We're not just talking the talk, we're going to walk the walk, or rather ride the ride. This dynamic duo is hitting the road to Phoenix, bringing a storm of protest Thursday, April 11th. Think of it as a mini revolution. If anyone is up for a bit of adventure mixed with a dash of civil disobedience, the polite kind, of course, hit me up on my page. Let's make some noise, but like the respectful kind.
Link down below to that so you can connect with that person on that page for what's coming up in Phoenix there. You guys have the best comments. Yep. Don't touch our Tory. I think you're saying it's elder abuse. That is right. That is absolutely right. She's OMG. Oh, that's so funny. Lobanova, you would date Tori? She's just fantastic. She really is. I love that she's out there. I wanted to grab a couple of questions here. Lupe was asking, why are Scientologists celebrating Easter? Scientologists do celebrate most of the traditional holidays, but not from the point of view of because it's about Christianity or Jesus. It's more the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus type holiday, because even though in Scientology, they claim to acknowledge that what they say is that, well, you can believe whatever you want about God, that we don't dictate that. Yeah. They don't dictate that until somehow your belief or your relationship with a higher power interferes with your relationship or your support of Scientology. So they are down with Jesus until Jesus has somebody thinking that maybe they should not be doing Scientology. Then they are not so down with it. My mother, before she died, my mother got to almost the top of the bridge to total freedom in Scientology. And before she died, she was baptized. She got she was baptized into a Christian church. And guess what? Got in trouble for it. Got a report written on her that got sent to Florida, where my daughter was training at the time. It was right before we got her out. We actually literally not dragged, but got her out under, it's a whole story. You got to go back on my channel and find it. We had to send her out of the country. It was a whole thing. But that news made it back to my daughter as an issue of why Scientology didn't want to let my daughter leave and go see her family for the holidays, because they were concerned that her grandma, the Scientologist, was baptized. That was part of it. They had many things they threw at her, but that was one of them. Amber, I really think a lot of the health issues I have now is from being a kid growing up in the cadet org and the Sea Org. You know, I am not a doctor, but let's talk for a minute about this, because if you're catching this on the replay, tell me in the comments, tell me in the chat. If you know, growing up in Scientology, in the Sea Organization, there seems to be a large number of people with a large number of like autoimmune disease and issues like that. And I just don't see how it can't be related. Truly, I don't. Larry, thank you for gifting a Scientology Life After Occult membership. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Oh, Amber, you're also saying you still have a freeloader debt? Don't pay it, hun. Don't pay it. You do not need to. I stand alone. Question from Scotland. Hey, I think I've shared with you guys before. My grandfather on my dad's side is actually from Scotland. His family moved to Hawaii when he was 6 months old. I caught my first live. When you were in the Sea Org, did you have to do the disturbing Joburg sec check? You know, I was trying to remember that. I received so many security checks and interrogation. I don't recall. I think and you know what? This is a good question for Louis Repetto, because is the Joburg the one you do on the lower levels in Scientology? If so, I might not have done it, but I've done a ton of higher level confidential interrogations and things like that. I don't remember specifically if I did that one, because I did the bridge to total freedom a little differently. There were some steps that I didn't have to do. It was back in the day. Let's see. Susan saying, Natalie, research the hip and spine problems could be niacin high levels. Streets was saying something about the hip problem. When you have narrowing of, and then it cuts off there. But, ooh, that's right. Streets did say in his stream something about it. He was calling it out too, completely separate from D.O.A. calling it out, by the way. I really think this is a concern. But that's interesting about, that is really interesting though about the niacin, that could possibly be it, because Scientologists take high levels of niacin and spend 5 hours a day in a sauna doing the purification rundown so they can sweat out toxins and drugs, many of them drugs that they've never taken. Cheryl Pops, considering the awful food in the Sea Org, do they accommodate food intolerances? Sorry. I'm so sorry. That's not even funny. I mean, it is funny because the idea. The idea that the Sea Org would make any accommodations for food for somebody is just hilarious. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That is funny, not funny. Oh, I got to finish the question. Do they accommodate food intolerances, preferences? Like I'm vegan, would that be accommodated, or would just rice and beans and be told to make do? Yes, it would be rice and beans and you would be told to make do. There were though, like, broccoli, different vegetables, but to answer your question, no, they will not make special accommodations for that. I don't even remember. I don't recall knowing anyone in the Sea Organization, not to say that there weren't, okay, that had those accommodations being made for them. Now, I will say this. I did know a few Sea Organization members who were on special diets for health reasons. And I don't recall exactly what that was, but I will say they had to purchase their own supplements and vitamins to help them. That I do remember. Thinking like, wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'm glad you guys think that's funny too, because I feel a little, that is just so funny. I just can't even imagine. I can't imagine being a Sea Org member and being like, excuse me. I'm a vegan and yeah, this is not going to work. Or yeah, I don't eat dairy and I'm gluten-free. No, they are not going to make accommodations for that. Being able to make those choices later on in life due to autoimmune disease of my own, same thing with my sister. I made dietary changes, which seemed to be helpful. And I remember thinking like, oh, well, but I can't do that. I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm no longer in the Sea Org. I get to choose what I eat. I don't have to eat what is put in front of me, because in the Sea Organization, you eat cafeteria style. So whatever is there unless you're paying for it. You're paying for it. Keep an eye out too when you're watching the streams and catching up on this weekend. You'll see people like, there are so many new characters unlocked, as the kids like to say. We are going to get into more of this, and we're going to talk more about what happened in another live stream. But it was great. We even saw more fun than sitting at home. Diane, I have often called her our favorite Scientology spy. She's been on the channel a couple of times. She helped early on share emails, confidential emails from Scientology to give a heads up to the protesters of what was coming and the ridiculousness, the things that Scientology has done to infiltrate the interfaith community. Diane really brought that to the forefront. She shared the emails of how Scientologists, their volunteer ministers program, they were sharing information about members, their medical conditions, what hospital they were at, including people who were unconscious and could not consent to their assists. And Scientology was trying to send these people in. So I think it was great seeing Diane out there, and so many new people. Peyton Gibson, I'm a chef. I'm far too in love with food to just be vegan. Did you guys know that Streets, William Good is a vegan? Yeah. That was just like a little bit of interesting trivia there. I thought it was. Oh, Diane, you're here. Fabulous. More fun than sitting at home. Diane has done a lot to expose Scientology. She has never been a Scientologist, but was a victim of Scientology through their harassment, infiltrating her interfaith community. Diane, we need to find some clips with you in it. I saw one, but it was blurry. But yeah, I'm so glad that you were there. It was fantastic. It looked like you got to meet a lot of the protesters, which was fun. That was so great. Peyton, barbecue is amazing. I want to travel to America for it. Wait a minute. Where are you and why do you not? Is barbecue only an American thing? I did not know this. If this is true, please somebody tell me in the chat or in the comments. If you are outside of the United States, do you not barbecue? I have actually don't recall ever hearing that before. That's so interesting. Amber, I will say I love the fresh bread. Oh, that's right. I got to say, all of the food wasn't crap in the Sea Organization. Not when I was there. Some of it was okay, unless you were on rice and beans. There wasn't a ton of variety, but that's why I think now, even today, my Tony always say, he's like, it's weird that you can eat the same thing every single day. And I will, and I do. I'm like, I need to eat. I like to eat. I enjoy food, but really it's more a means to an end. So I can get back to whatever it is I'm doing. And Tony is he is amazing in the kitchen, and he's really helped me slow down and have an appreciation for food and enjoying it and all that, like someone who didn't grow up in a cult would. Absolutely. I know, Sharon, I can't see ever giving up meat either. Plus, I love Spam. I'm from Hawaii. We are huge. Hawaii consumes more Spam per capita than any place else in the country. Okay, so Carrie's saying American barbecue is different. I'm just picturing, like, do you guys not have grills and stuff outside of the United States? That just seems... Oh, okay, so they have barbecue in Australia. Got it. Escaping Falcons Maze. Barbecue is different in the U.S. to what they have in the U.K. All right, that's interesting. Barb saying they barbecue in Canada, and Ann saying barbecue is all over the world. I would imagine because there's Korean barbecue. I mean, in Hawaii, it's just humongous with especially so many different influences. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Mama's Life. Hey, Mama's Life. Good to see you. Your friend-in-law. Okay, I know I'm kind of going down the barbecue rabbit hole here, but that just caught my attention and I had to know. I just had to find out. So thank you guys for filling in the blanks there on that. Oh, a filet, you call it a Barbie. That's right. So that's that whole put another shrimp on the Barbie thing. The barbecue. Interesting. I did not know that it was so different. Barbecue in Germany is the bratwurst. That makes sense. Well, when you come to visit in the US, I hope that if you don't live here, you try the barbecue. Bad thing. I loved eating in Hawaii with the different influences. Yes, I'm telling you, go to Hawaii. Don't go with button-up pants. Go with muumuus and things that flow and have room because you need to eat. You need to eat the local food. You need to be eating from food trucks and little hole-in-the-wall restaurants, and you will thank me for it. Okay, so Tim's saying it's the way we barbecue is different. Me and Taz, spam is not meat. I was going to go off, but I can't do it with a straight face. We're not going to be having that blaspheme here. Spicy Cat Foster. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Kimberly, I think Texas really does take the cake with their barbecue. I've had barbecue a few times in Texas, and I was so impressed. Aaron, you're going to Hawaii in July. Ooh, what island? What island? You have to let me know. Let me know. And if I know of some fun things to do. Natalie at lifeafteraccult.com. Oh, I almost forgot, you guys. Oh, I'm the worst. I am the worst. Hold on. I have to share something with you that I promised I would, and I forgot, but we are going to do it. We're going to do it right here. So hang with me. I got to show you this. I was so excited about it. My Tony and I were. Because you guys have been so amazing. And I've heard from many of you have sent suggestions on what you want to see for merch. And look what we just put in the merch shop. The SPTV Never In. It's a long sleeve in women's. It also comes in men's. I don't know why, but they only have it in black. But you can get this in the goldenrod yellow and also in, we have it in a pink and a blue. This is in addition to the SPTV Never In t-shirts and hoodies we have. We took it and we put it on here. This is the only item I could find that had the goldenrod, but it says SPTV Never In, which is a noun. A person never in Scientology, but all in on bringing down the cult. So I love that. I love it so much. There's a link on the channel for the merch, and Nancy will share it in the chat as well. I am so hungry now because all this barbecue talk. So I am likely coming on. I'm going to be doing another video. We are probably doing a members only video. There's some things I need to talk to you guys about. And I think we're going to do that. We're going to do it as a member only video to start. And later on, you'll understand why. And later today, Miriam Francis is going to be on the channel, and she has a lot to talk about. Rage Against the Dark Arts is her channel. And if you've been following her, she's been sharing emails and other things and about her whole process and journey and discovering and what happened with her situation, what happened in the cover up of her abuse. There's more to be told about that, and mostly what she's doing to raise awareness, not just within Scientology. This is something that happens all over, unfortunately. This is just the shared experience that we have to talk about here. So I hope you join for that and show lots of love to Miriam. She just inspires me so much. It's incredible. Please do hit that like button before you head out. And I would absolutely love it if you would check your subscribe button and hit that as well. I want to thank all of you who email me, Natalie at lifeafteraccult.com with your links, with your timestamps, with clips. It helps so much, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate too when you share your stories with me and things like that. I wish I could get back to everybody. I can't. I try to get through as many as I can. Same thing in the comments, but it's important for me that you guys know how much I appreciate you, how much your help is making a difference, what you are doing, even being here. Pippi Longstocking, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate that and that support. Hip, hip, hooray. Thank you so much. Jenny, thank you. Jenny Wong, thank you for becoming a member. Hip, hip, hooray. Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up. You will just keep an eye out for some notifications. So hit that bell. And most importantly, I hope you guys get out today and you have the most amazing cult-free day.